Hello there. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that twinge, that ache, or that sharp pain in your back that just stops you in your tracks? If you're nodding along, well, you are in very, very good company. It's one of the top reasons people come to see a doctor like me. So today, we're going to break it all down, just like we would in an appointment.
And when I say you're not alone, I really mean it. Just how common are we talking? Well, get this. In 2020 alone, a staggering 619 million people across the globe were dealing with significant back pain. It is the single leading cause of disability worldwide. So the first and most important thing to know is what you're feeling is incredibly common.
But here's the thing. Knowing a lot of people have it doesn't make it any less painful or scary when it's happening to you, right? The big question always is, okay, what do I do now? Is this serious? How do I get back on my feet? Well, let's answer those questions.
So, first things first. To understand how to fix the problem, we need to understand what's actually going on in there. Let's take a quick look at the incredible mechanics of your spine.
I love this analogy. Think of your spine as a high-tech suspension system, kind of like what you'd find on a car. In between each of your bony vertebrae, you've got these little jelly donut-like cushions called intervertebral discs. Their whole job is to absorb shock and let you bend and twist. They're amazing, but they're also where a lot of trouble can start. So for most people with that sudden, oh no kind of back pain, it usually boils down to one of two things. First, you've got your classic muscle or ligament strain. This is what happens when you lift something weirdly or overdo it. It's that sharp, localized pain that can cause your muscles to seize up. Then you have a herniated disc. That's when the jelly from that donut we talked about pushes out and pinches a nerve. And that is what causes that unmistakable, sharp, shooting pain down your leg we call sciatica.
Okay, now before we even talk about getting better, we have to do what every doctor does first. We need to cover the most important part, figuring out if this is one of those rare but very serious emergencies. This is job number one.
And I want to be super clear here. Over 95% of back pain is, well, it's just back pain. It's not caused by something scary. But our first priority is always to make sure you're not in that small, critical percentage. Knowing the difference is absolutely key.
This right here. These are the symptoms you never ever wait on. This is a condition called cauda equina syndrome, and it's a true medical emergency. If you lose feeling in the saddle area, you know, the parts of your body that would touch a saddle, or if you suddenly have new problems with your bladder or bowels, like you can't go or you lose control, this is not a wait-and-see situation. Go straight to the emergency room.
So this little chart is basically your roadmap for what to do next. As we just said, those emergency signs mean a 911 call or a trip to the ER, period. If it feels urgent, say you have back pain plus a fever, you should get a same-day appointment or head to urgent care. But for most new aches and pains that are tolerable and don't have any red flags, scheduling a regular GP appointment is the perfect next step. All right, so you've made that routine appointment. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking when they walk into my office. Doc, I need an MRI, right? Well, let's talk about why most of the time that's actually not the best first move. This statistic right here is really powerful and so important to understand. Getting an MRI too early can actually lead to worse outcomes. It can set off this chain reaction of more tests, more procedures, and even make you 8 times more likely to end up having surgery, all without actually helping you recover any faster. This is why we almost always start with a good conversation and a physical exam. You see, an MRI is just a picture, and it's not always a picture of your pain. A scan will almost always find something, a little disc bulge, some wear and tear, a bit of degeneration. But here's the big secret. We see those exact same things on scans of people with absolutely no back pain at all. They're like gray hairs or wrinkles, but on the inside. A scan can't tell us if that specific bulge is what's truly causing your pain. Okay, so if rushing to get a scan isn't the answer for most of us, then what is? What actually works? Well, this next part is the good news. Let's talk about the most powerful tool you have for your own recovery. That's really it. I can't say it enough. That old advice to go lie down in bed for a week, we know now that's the wrong thing to do. Your back is designed to move. The best way to help it heal is with gentle, controlled, and purposeful activity. It gets the blood flowing, eases stiffness, and gets you back to your life so much faster. So, what does that gentle movement actually look like? Well, step 1 is usually about restoring a bit of flexibility. A simple stretch like this one, the double knee to chest, is a fantastic way to gently ease that tension and stiffness in your lower back muscles. Next,
We need to wake up the muscles that are supposed to be protecting your spine. The pelvic tilt is perfect for this. It's a really small, subtle movement, but it's incredibly effective at teaching you to turn on those deep core muscles, the ones that act like a natural corset or weight belt for your spine.
And finally, we build a bit of strength to help make sure this doesn't happen again. An exercise like the bridge is brilliant. It strengthens your glutes and your lower back, basically the powerhouse muscles that should be doing the heavy lifting, so your spine doesn't have to take all the strain.
You know, getting out of pain is the first goal, but staying out of pain, that's the real win. So for our last section, let's talk about the simple, everyday habits that help you build a truly strong and resilient back for the long haul.
Honestly, so much of it comes down to just this: lift smart, sit smart, and stand smart. When you lift anything, heavy or light, bend your knees and use your powerful leg muscles. When you sit, make sure your lower back is supported. And when you're standing, try not to let your back sway. These little things done consistently make a world of difference.
And of course, your back health is connected to your overall health. Keeping a healthy weight takes a lot of daily strain off your spine. Staying active keeps all those support muscles strong. And this one surprises a lot of people, quitting smoking is huge. Smoking actually reduces blood flow to the delicate discs in your spine, making them weaker and more prone to injury.
So, if you take away just one thing today, please let it be this: your spine is not fragile. It is a strong, incredible structure that is designed for movement. The very best thing you can do for your back, starting today, is to trust it and to move it with care. So the only question left is, what's your next move going to be?